So, nice work.
This should be another great match right here. A battle of top 10 ranked wrestlers. Mike Evans, Mr. Prime Time, with the way he's been wrestling this year on these big television matchups. And Jordan Blanton, ranked 8th in the country. A top 10 showdown here, and another one you have to have if you're the Illini.
Well, this is a match much, we talked about this in the open. There's 10 guys in this weight class that might be able to make a claim on winning a national title. And, we saw where the #1 ranked wrestler got beat 9-1 the other day. Chris Perry, now he's down to, from Oklahoma State, now he's down to, ranked 3rd in their rankings. But, Evans has been pretty steady, won some good matches, big matches. And Blanton is one of those guys who's an All-American, so he's had success in the program, on the stage, the big stage. And this is a match style-wise very similar to what the last match we saw, where the Illinois wrestler will keep a really low position, and the Iowa wrestler seems to be wrestling high, a little bit higher than his opponent. So he's going to try to go ahead and create angles, create corners, and hit shots. But the thing you're going to see with Mike Evans in the black singlet there, he commits all the way to a shot. When he goes, he just goes with everything, just totally commits.
So many great stories at that Iowa win over Penn State. Evans maybe at the top, Jim, with that scramble late, the victory over 4th-ranked Matt Brown, 4-3. One of the greatest scrambles I think we've seen all season in college wrestling, and that maybe was what the Iowa fans needed to put that dual meet over the edge last week.
Well, no question about it. It's a swing match, and he's able to. It looked like Matt Brown from Penn State, not to just belabor that. He had Evans 99% of the way. You're not going to see many situations where a guy gets that close to a takedown and somebody finds his way, but that's just the tenacity that Mike Evans was wrestling with that night, and I think he brings it every night, So he's definitely going to be one of those guys, I think, that improves all the way through the season. He'll be competitive. National tournament in Des Moines, both these guys will be competitive, and again, it's a very well-balanced weight class.
Wide open. Evans knocked off then 2nd-ranked Nick Heflin in the Ohio State dual meet 9-4. Had a heartbreaking loss to 2nd-ranked Logan Storley of Minnesota a couple of weeks ago, 4-3 up in that duel. So Evans, win or lose, he's been in every match this year with the best.
Correct, Joe. And Logan Storley is one of those guys that been impressive. He just finds ways to win. It looks like he's out of a match, but he finds the ways to a variety of ways to win close matches, and that's why he's ranked #1 right now. So this match is kind of going like we thought it might. Not much scoring. Evans is a pretty solid rider, likes to ride the legs, and be an interesting second period.
Blanton, a 4th place finisher last year at the NCAAs. You mentioned Chris Perry. Blanton's probably not going to want to see Perry, or is really going to want to see Perry at the NCAAs this year. Both losses last year in the NCAA tournament by Blanton came to Chris Perry in the quarterfinals, and then in the 3rd place match as this first period comes to an end. No score as we go to the second period.
No, down.
Yeah, he wants them to go down while he has the energy, right? So, yeah.
I think you deferred.
I thought I did. I looked at my time.
Well, I already confirmed it with the table, so.
Blanton trying to take it back.
I got to tell you about this. Is that this time of year you want your athletes honing in. You want to expand that bandwidth from the corner to the athlete's head, right? There's an example of the coaches had a strategy, what they thought they wanted to do, and didn't get communicated. Now Evans gets a quick escape. So why is that so important? That now Evans knows how long he needs to ride, and he only needs to ride for 1:15 maybe to pick up that riding time point.
Well, and as you said, great point too, is the energy. It's second period. Now Evans is going to have to go down, and how much energy he's going to have to use in that 3rd period, whether it's 1-0 or he's going to need more points. So.
Yeah, Blanton will have to go. He's going to go down with probably a little bit less energy. When you got a guy that's really tough in the top position and a good rider, and you have your choice, and if you have to go down in a scoreless match, you're going to want to go ahead and do it early rather than late.
So the match scores at the bottom of your screen, 13-9. Maybe a little bit of a surprise to some wrestling fans here tonight.
Yeah, you notice that what we talked about before, the Derek St. John match where he was keeping his head clean. These two will lock up ear to ear. You see that Evans is backing up, but they'll get tied up really tight like this in here. And sometimes it's like two deer that they got their horns, their antlers locked up, and they ear to ear. You can feel everything that the other opponent is doing, and so it doesn't create as many good scoring opportunities as what we saw somebody like St. John, who was in and out, moving his hands, very active here, and then following up with shots. There's a nice little committed shot there by Evans. Got the slight corner, and then was able to follow it up.
Blanton. Blanton tried to take down to start the second period, but there's our first stalling warning. That one goes against Blanton. So it will be Blanton's choice to take this third period. But before we do that, Shane had a chance to talk to Coach Heffernan about Jordan Blanton.
Another big match is at 174. Seems like they're all big at 174 here in the Big Ten. Jordan Blanton, your senior, his last time here at Huff Hall. Break down that match.
Evans is a tough kid, and him and Blanton really wrestle pretty similar style. They're both very physical. They're both tough. It could come down to one situation with those two, and last guy standing. It's a big deal having Jordan, obviously, in his home gym against this guy, it's a big night for him, and he needs to show us something after the month he's had.
Mike Evans, you see, with the leg in quickly, that's a nice job of eating up clock on the top position, getting that leg in, and Jordan Blanton desperate for that one-point escape.
Notice how Evans just keeps his belt buckle in the middle of the part of the back, all right? Now he's spread out, Blanton. And this is one of the reasons why Heff wanted to go down in the first period. He wanted to get that quick escape with the energy, and Evans is really dominating the match right now in the top position. And why he does it is because he's able to go ahead and keep his body right there now is on the top part of, actually the lower part of the back right there, but what Blanton hasn't seemed to be able to do very well, now he's getting spread out, is be able to go ahead and push those legs away to try to create some hip separation.
And we've hit the minute threshold, so
Down.
how big a call now, you hate to harp on it, but you go back to that second period, how different could this match have been or be right now? Blanton had done what the coaches said and gone down to start that second period. Now you have Evans with the 1-0 lead and riding times from escape now is not good enough if you're Jordan Blanton.
Yeah, there's a lot of evidence that it would look a lot like it is right now with Blanton in the down position if he chose down, because Evans has been pretty solid. All right, now he comes back into a leg. This is just well done. This is how you win tight matches. Put the leg in, break him down a little bit. Now try to spread him out, try to get that knee away from that torso. Finish the period in the top position, and it's going to end up being a nice win.
Well, there might not be anyone better in the Big Ten at winning close matches this season than Mike Evans, and he is 10 seconds away from orchestrating another one here. Nothing fancy or flashy about it. This is just what you call the definition of a workmanlike victory. And the time's going to run out on Jordan Blanton. He's going to get the escape, but it's not going to matter. Riding time will give it a victory for Mike Evans. Not very pretty, Jim, but it's very effective.
It's a W.